This video is sponsored by Private Internet Access.
Slim Jesus. To some, he's the Rebecca Black of Chicago drill, to others, the human AirPod, or if the YouTube comments are anything to go by, the rap game KANYE. He might not be able to turn water into wine, but he can turn water into a 9 with an extended clip and a laser beam on the top. And in 2015, in what can only be described as a Chirac miracle, he managed to turn a nerdy white boy from Ohio named Clarence into a certified Chirac savage. When Slim Jesus burst onto the Chicago drill scene completely out of nowhere in July 2015 with his groundbreaking viral hit, Drill Time. The song itself and Slim's flow on it was heavily influenced by the original Chicago drill track Kill Shit by G Herbo and Lil Bibby. Slim Jesus' video was a little different, however. For starters, his video started off with a disclaimer saying that the guns that you're about to see in this drill video are indeed not real. But let's be honest, usually when you see a disclaimer at the start of a Chicago drill video, it can loosely be translated into warning. It was pretty much easier for us to just bring all of our guns from home for this video, so if the feds ask, they're props, and also, my ops aren't dead, they're just sleeping. Now, Slim Jesus later told Complex that the real reason for this disclaimer in the video was because all of the gun-toting G's behind him were actually minors, and he's really just trying to keep the cops off his back. But in reality, hey, perhaps Slim Jesus had been keeping it real with his audience all along. Because once the music video for Drill Time actually gets rolling, we get a pretty surprising sight. Yes, it's a gun-toting rapper surrounded by a bunch of G's, but in this particular case, that rapper is a very skinny, very pale, and frankly very dorky looking white dude. Now in 2021, the majority of comments tend to describe Slim Jesus as Eminem if you'd have ordered him off Wish.com. But that's not to say that the classic description of him as the firearmed trained stunt double of Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle doesn't still stand. But it's not just the bizarre clash between Slim Jesus' actual face and his music that made the music video for Drill Time so interesting. Because the reality is, Slim Jesus' rapping is actually not too bad to Chicago drill standards. If you'd have heard the song Drill Time before seeing the music video, you may have actually been convinced that this was some real Chicago street shit. Because the song is delivered well and full of quotables that make for a truly thugged out drill anthem. Slim Jesus famously said that he's posted up on his native Frank block. You see, despite being one of the biggest legends of Chirac, Slim Jesus is actually from Hamilton, Ohio, which I looked up on Wikipedia and it actually looks kind of delightful. Apparently in 1986, they even legally added an exclamation mark to the end of their name so you have to pronounce it like Oklahoma. But don't get it twisted, because if Slim Jesus is to be believed, Hamilton, Ohio might as well be called Lil Chirac. Shit, Hamilton? They should rename it Blamilton. In fact, Slim Jesus himself frequently says in an effort to fluff up his street credentials that historically Hamilton's had so many gangsters that it did used to be known as Little Chicago.
My city's been known as Little Chicago for like a long time, because like back in the day, like mobsters and stuff had like houses there and stuff, so like it's always been like heavily influenced.
So Slim Jesus is a certified Frank block hitter, in this case referring to 800 and Franklin Street in Hamilton, Ohio, which doesn't look too bad to be honest. I mean, it looks kind of nice. I might have to cop that little Airbnb vacation spot. So let's compare Frank block to say, oh, I don't know, 63rd in Chicago. It's a bit more vacant bando than Vacation Bungalow, I'll give you that. But then again, don't judge an op block by its cover, because Slim Jesus is known to lurk in these Franklin block streets late night.
Talk all that shit saying y'all gonna pull up till we're actually out here, bitch. Where the fuck y'all at? Nowhere. You know how we rockin', we out here on Frank Block, bitch. Where the fuck y'all at? Pull up, bitch. Where the fuck the ops at? Nowhere.
Anywho, it ain't just the fact that Slim Jesus is a slender, gun-toting Frank block legend that made Drill Time so damn good, because beyond the aesthetic on Drill Time, Slim Jesus is talking that shit! He's talking about stealing your bitch after giving her a molly and getting some top, even though I'm sure the only top this guy is getting is a freshly ironed one from his mammy. He talks about blowing a light 350 on a Fendi belt just to hold up his strap, even though the closest this guy gets to a strap is when he's getting strapped into his booster seat. He's talking about True Religion jeans stuffed to the brim with racks. I didn't even know they made True Religions in a 22 waist. And he's talking about getting faded off that lean and walking around like a kickstand. Not surprising when you remember that Slim Jesus literally resembles a bike kickstand. Oh, and of course he's bragging about doing murders, catching bodies and beating cases, even though the only cases this guy is catching is aftermarket KANYE ones. Look, I know it's hard from these lyrics to believe that this 18-year-old savage is really living that life. But the fact is, many people saw Drill Time and were truly unable to discern whether or not this guy was a real driller. This guy. People couldn't work out if this guy was a real driller. Ooh, I don't know, is this guy a phony? Or maybe he's just an unusual looking real driller, you know, putting in that work on Frank Block. So Drill Time divided drill fans and had the comment section arguing fiercely over whether or not this guy was a real Frank Block boss or a super fraud. And amidst all of that debate, confusion and speculation, Drill Time went on to become one of the most viral rap songs of all time. Drill Time initially got around 4,000 views in a single day, which at the time Slim Jesus thought was a big W. Within days of the video's release, Drill Time was already beginning to do numbers and attracting the attention of Chicago drill royalty. One of the first to notice was of course Lil Bibby, whose song Kill Shit Drill Time was originally based on. So Bibby retweeted Slim Jesus to his large audience of people who genuinely love Chicago drill music. And this tweet triggered a domino effect, causing Drill Time to spread rapidly through the rap community. You know, like some sort of infectious virus. No time to think of an example, just some sort of virus. And from there, Drill Time begun to infect the biggest platforms that the rap game had to offer. Bossip.com was early to the party, sharing him in a post titled "Slim Jesus is the newest insulting white thing." Worldstar posted Drill Time with the caption, "Gangster rapper Slim Jesus is the drill music Slim Shady." Electro clout god Diplo was vibing to Slim Jesus. Hip hop super thought and future bae of me, Amber Rose, said she'd been drill twerking to Slim Jesus all day. I'd have loved to have seen that. Twitter thug, cursed investor, and occasional rapper Meek Mill posted Slim Jesus with the simple caption, "Lol." I assume in an effort to spark a beef that he might actually have a shot at winning. In a stark contrast to Meek Mill, genuine driller Montana of 300 tweeted saying that he was down to collab with Slim Jesus. For a minute it seemed like Lil Wayne Kisser and Cash Money bald head honcho Birdman was also trying to sign Slim Jesus, after King Yellow leaked a clip seemingly depicting him on a three-way call with Slim Jesus and the Birdman himself discussing a record deal.
I think you special. I need something we can fuck with. I'd like to come see you. You come see me and you tell me what's that.
Hey, son, that might be a good look. What up, Bird, man? This King Yellow, bro.
What up, my nigga? Hey, man, you tell me what we can do, man. I told you I don't want to waste this time or my time. If it's something we can do, I'd like to meet up with y'all. Y'all come see me, my nigga, and we can make it flat. I got the biggest artists in the world. We rotate that shit. Wayne, Drake, Nicki, we the biggest shit pop. And I got the biggest system. And I just think that he got an opportunity with what's going on, and we come with the right song. I know this shit could be big.
But hell if Birdman wasn't enough, we're about to start a Drill Time bidding war, as Brother Love aka Swag aka Diddy also popped up on Twitter, appearing to offer Slim Jesus that $1 million bag. However, the most important person to repost Slim Jesus was battle rapper Daylight, who threw up a 4-panel Instagram post asking the important question: who's the greatest of all time? Pick one rapper. 4 options: Biggie, Tupac, Nas, or Slim Jesus. Now this post was both hilarious and useful, as it was this post from Daylight that put Slim Jesus on the radar of the head of the FBI firebomb interviews, DJ Vlad, who upon discovering Slim Jesus appeared to be as thoroughly entertained as the rest of us. And from here, Officer Vlad immediately set out to thoroughly investigate Slim Jesus and discover whether this little Frank Block legend truly did have any prosecutable crimes under his belt. Now I know everybody hates on DJ Vlad now for trying to expose people's criminality via interviews that they've consented to be there for and answers that they have voluntarily given, but let's not forget that back in 2015, everybody wanted to know one thing: is Slim Jesus really about that life? And it was DJ Vlad who stepped up to the plate and found out once and for all.
Like how involved were you streetwise in terms of?
Streetwise, like, I mean, like, I'm not out here catching bodies and shit, obviously.
Do you have a criminal record at all?
Nah, I'm straight.
I mean, I respect the fact that you're not trying to make up no shit right now.
Yeah, no, I'm about, like, I make music.
Yes, Slim Jesus spilled the beans to DJ Vlad in a now iconic interview, admitting to him that not only is he not really in these streets like he suggests on Drill Time, but also copping to the fact that all of the gunplay in his raps and videos are straight up cap and all for style points.
Why the gun lyrics? Like, the whole song is basically about shooting guns.
Yeah. If I rapped about driving around in a fucking car and like fucking listening to country music, nobody would give a fuck about that shit.
And now a word from our sponsor.
One of the safest ways to protect yourself against malicious websites and hackers is using a VPN. In 2021, literally everybody should be using a VPN, which is why I want to give a huge shout out to this video's sponsor, Private Internet Access. But what is a VPN? Well, it stands for Virtual Private Network. And with Private Internet Access, all of your internet traffic goes through a secure VPN tunnel. Your IP address is hidden and your data encrypted. Private Internet Access is available for all platforms, including Windows, Mac OS, Android, iOS, and many others. They have a strict no logs policy. You can use one subscription to protect up to 10 devices at a time. There's a 30-day money-back guarantee, and Private Internet Access has given me their best deal ever. Just $2.08 a month, plus 2 months free, which is a total of 83% off. And reviewers love Private Internet Access. CNET rated it as, quote, spectacular, and it's got PC Mag's Editor's Choice Award for the last 5 years. You can access video-restricted content from websites, YouTube included. Social media networks find better deals online, play games blocked in your region, and protect your identity by keeping your data encrypted. Pick up this awesome offer available just to my subscribers. It's located in the pinned comment below as well as the description. Start protecting yourself today. Now, once Slim Jesus admitted he wasn't really about that life, things got intense, because the response from the rap community at large regarding these comments was pretty fierce. The Game came out and said that Slim Jesus was going to get smoked for all of his gun talk. Lil Bibby, who'd previously supported Slim Jesus when Drill Time first came out, switched on him, saying that he shouldn't have been so frank with DJ Vlad when it came to the discussion of his persona.
If that was me, I think the best thing he could have did was not say nothing. No interviews, no shit. Left everybody wondering. And I know once everybody found out, like, oh, he lied, you know, people don't respect that. I would never do a crime with him. You know what I'm saying? If I was to see him, I would never do anything around him. But he rapping, talking about he'd shoot a nigga in his back and be talking to the Jakes. Like, to me, he kind of looked like the Jakes.
Meanwhile, fellow inspiree of the track Drill Time, G Herbo, came out after Slim's candid interview suggesting that he had lost respect by admitting that he was a phony.
He should have at least lied. Shit, that's what rappers do, lie. You gonna lose respect when you're not being yourself.
However, it wasn't just interviews where Slim was catching heat, because far away from Frank Block in real Chicago, real drillers were crawling out of the woodwork to diss Slim Jesus on wax for being a fugazi Frank Block thug. Former infant driller Lil Mouse dropped a Drill Time diss remix called Kill Time, dissing Slim Jesus for jumping on the Chicago drill wave but not really being from the rack, and later appearing on Vlad TV to turn the knife a little more. Fellow authentic driller Lil Mister also released a Drill Time diss remix, going at Slim for being a fraud, as well as a Twitter beef with Slim, something which Slim Jesus himself was actually fueled by a fake Twitter account pretending to be him, dragging him into a beef with Lil Mister, who would eventually offer Slim Jesus $1,500 for a true fight.
Fucking to this Slim Jesus nigga, motherfucker, steady talking about sneak dissing on Facebook and shit and all this goofy. I am with all of that goofy shit you talking about.
Also, while Slim Jesus mania was going on the hip-hop blogs, another white-bread Chicago driller by the name of GMEBE Bands was beginning to get some clout off the back of his track Demons. His appearance, the vibe of the song, and the music video ended up attracting a lot of comparisons to Slim Jesus, provoking an emotive response from GMEBE Bands, who duly trashed Slim Jesus for not being a real gang member like him.
He is not no Slim Jesus, bro. We really in these streets. Like, I'm not droning off of none of that Slim Jesus, none of that talk, bro. All that talk that's going on social media, bro, you know what? It probably gassed my shit up, but that I'm not drawing off that, bro. I'm not Slim Jesus, bro. Yeah.
Another Chicago drill veteran by the name of AOKD jumped on a track dissing Slim Jesus, a very helpfully titled song called Fuck Slim Jesus, as well as a DJ Vlad interview where he echoed those same sentiments of not fucking with Slim Jesus because of his cappery, as well as tweeting the claim that he'd supposedly pulled up on Slim Jesus at a show, prompting Slim to do the dash. Naturally, Slim ended up clapping back in a DJ Vlad interview, where he rated the disses against him like some kind of Chirac's Got Talent.
I thought Lil Mouse's one was alright. The Kill Time or whatever, I thought the song was alright. AOKD's is trash.
And sadly for Slim, the hating wouldn't even remain on Twitter for long either. Because as the star of Slim Jesus continued to rise, he began to venture away from his native Frank Block to perform shows in other cities and get that bag. Unfortunately, at some of these shows, real rappers began to roll through and test Slim Jesus. Many coming through with the strategy of pressing Slim Jesus in public in an effort to harvest some spare clout from the magic clout stick that Slim Jesus had become by this point. One highlight was Slim Jesus getting his own mic snatched on stage at a concert in Ottawa by a rapper named Black Jesus.
Support real hip-hop, bitch!
Like the diss songs, Slim Jesus took this in pretty good humor and quickly posted a video on social media mocking the situation.
Next time we run into Slim Jesus, we gonna find out who the real Jesus is. We'll have to beat him, wrap the camera nails on camera, man, you know.
But little did he know, there was a wave of Jesuses. Jesus I? Inbound, hell-bent on stopping Slim Jesus getting bags by any means necessary. As the next Jesus to press Slim Jesus was an Atlanta rapper by the name of MB Jesus, who confronted Slim outside of one of his shows in the A. A clip that was strangely portrayed as Slim Jesus caught lacking by Chirac goons at A3C in Atlanta. However, realistically, the ops didn't catch any W's, with this going down as yet another embarrassing altercation that Slim Jesus just shook off with class when asked about it by DJ Vlad.
So we're walking in the club, dude starts yelling again. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get a picture of the guy real quick. Saw him around me, there's a camera, I think we're about to get a picture, and then he starts yelling, you know, ignorant stuff in the camera.
Tell him who the real Jesus is. Hey, you's a bitch!
So at that point, my cameraman stuck his arm between us, you know, pushed it, and I just hit a spin move, walked off. That was the end of the whole little situation.
Really though, Slim Jesus seemed completely unbothered by the countless beefs, hate, and constant mockery. In fact, Slim Jesus took a lot of the roasting that came his way with a great deal of humility and good nature, jumping into interview after interview to defend himself, his persona, and his appearance. And nobody put in more legwork interviewing Slim Jesus more than DJ Vlad. DJ Vlad interviewed Slim Jesus so many times he might as well have become the Zach TV of Frank Block. And it's not surprising how much time Vlad spent interviewing Slim Jesus considering the bag he was getting, because that very first interview with Slim Jesus very quickly became one of the most viewed videos on Vlad TV, racking up around 3 million views in 3 weeks.
Out of all the interviews that we've ever done since 2008, that interview got more views in a short period of time than any interview I've ever done. Slim Jesus has gotten 3 million views. And it's about to be our biggest interview ever. It's right there. I think the only interview I have that has more views right now is Nicki Minaj, and he's about to surpass that.
I mean, I do find it kind of ironic that DJ Vlad made so much money interviewing Slim Jesus. It's like everybody calls DJ Vlad a culture vulture for profiting off the rap culture, but then they're also calling Slim Jesus a culture vulture for being a phony, even though Slim Jesus has more in common with a regular vulture. So if Slim Jesus isn't the culture and DJ Vlad is profiting off Slim Jesus, does that mean he's not a culture vulture? Or is he a double culture vulture? Or is he a culture vulture vulture? And now I'm making a video about it. Does that mean I'm a culture vulture vulture vulture? Whatever. Anywho, just as illuminating as DJ Vlad's incredible series of interviews on Slim Jesus was the lesser known October 2015 Reddit Ask Me Anything with Slim Jesus. This filled in all of the gaps of information that weren't covered in DJ Vlad's amazing interviews. We already knew that he worked in Walgreens when he released Drill Time, and we knew that before he was Slim Jesus, he was Swag Jesus. But this Reddit AMA gave us far more insights into the true character of our boy Slim Jesus. We found out for the first time that he loves naps. I mean, just imagine old little Slim Jesus all tucked up in bed dreaming about drills on Frank Block gone by. He also shared some of his amazing business ideas, such as the suggestion that all gun manufacturers should supply their pistols with Fendi straps as standard. He said his favorite non-drill rapper is Mac Miller. He was asked, if you were stuck on a deserted island, would you rather be stuck with a mermaid that's top half fish, bottom half human, or bottom half fish and top half human? To which Slim Jesus replied, top half human, I'ma get that top. He was asked, yo, why you let everybody treat you like a bitch? Are you a bitch, or do you just come off like a bitch? To which he replied, I could probably pull your bitch. He was asked if he had any plans on learning how to rap, to which he replied, no. He ignored a message asking whether he would be interested in returning to Malcolm in the Middle to reprise his role as Dewey, a question that many people had been asking in the YouTube comments prior to this AMA. In fact, he was also asked whether it bugged him that people constantly compared him to Dewey, to which he replied saying apparently nothing bothers him. A little bit hard to believe, considering how upset he was in his DJ Vlad interview with the person who first started tweeting that he looked like Dewey.
Now the one about the dude from Malcolm in the Middle, fuck that comment. Fuck all y'all sharing that shit. That shit ain't even funny.
That's all well and good, but wouldn't you know it, the very top comment on Slim Jesus' AMA came courtesy of the original guy who had tweeted at him that he had a Dewey-ass haircut, commenting in explosive fashion, yo, I made the original tweet about you saying you look like Dewey from Malcolm in the Middle. In your Vlad interview, you said fuck who said that. You know what? Well, fuck you too, old great value brand Dewey-ass head. 3.9 thousand upvotes. Look, we've done a lot of clowning on Slim Jesus, because that is exactly what the hip-hop scene did to Slim Jesus. But there's an important element to the Slim Jesus story that has been unfairly overlooked until now. Because despite the mockery, everyone's saying he ain't about that life, he should give it up. The onstage confrontations, the Dewey and Caillou comparisons, but Slim Jesus never let the internet bully him out of the rap game. And today, Slim Jesus' musical catalogue stretches far beyond Drill Time. And much like I said about Stitches in my earlier video about him, you'd be mistaken if you think that this guy's one viral hit is the only thing that he has to offer musically. And the fact is, after Drill Time, Slim Jesus went on to drop some bangers. He followed up Drill Time with a very Chief Keef sounding track, Buck Buck, that had people calling him Bleach Keef. He also managed to turn what clout he had gotten from real Chicago drillers who could see the potential of the clout package that Slim Jesus was, into an all-star Drill Time remix that featured a grimy lineup of true Chirac shooters, P. Rico, King Yeller, and Killer Kells. Ironically, all people who would have more or less considered Chief Keef an op. Slim Jesus even assembled this crew of drillers in person like some kind of GD Avengers for the Drill Time remix music video, which had Slim Jesus out here looking like he'd won a radio phone-in competition to meet his favorite Chicago drillers. And despite all of the hate, Slim Jesus continued rapping and dropping music. February 2016, he dropped Facts, where he walks through the graveyard of rappers who have supported him's careers. He dropped another track, Traffic, later that month, where he actually had a pretty dope flow, and I guarantee you if you didn't know this was Slim Jesus when you heard it, you'd probably think it was a legit Chicago drill hit song. He had the August 2016 track Deuce Deuce with with Lil Johnny, which finally answered the question, what happened to Zack and Cody? In June 2017, he dropped the track Taking Risks, which was promo for his full-length mixtape, The Most Hated. And then in August 2017, he dropped the second biggest song of his career, a remix of Take Ace The Race that has over 13 million views on it to this day. And according to Slim, a video that racked up 500,000 views in the first 2 days after uploading. This is another track which is yet again actually a pretty impressive rap by Slim Jesus. Of course, it's got those delightful comments saying that this is Eminem if you ordered him off Wish.com, but the fact is, laugh all you want, 2 years on from drill time, Slim Jesus is still able to rack up millions of views on his songs and thousands of dollars in streaming money too. In September, he dropped the track Warning Shots, which included so many guns you can tell he didn't buy those with in-game currency, out here looking like Shark Card Jesus. Of course, there were still comments saying things like, when dropping little Timmy off in the hood to scare him straight backfires. But Slim kept it moving. He dropped the track Major League in December 2017, a track that was generally well received, and in this case, comments overwhelmingly praising Slim Jesus' rapping ability, suggesting that this track in particular was surprisingly good. This one also gets an A+ in set design from me, for this scene where Slim Jesus raps in front of a spray-painted wall that says "fuck the ops" with a lean bottle underneath it. Arts and crafts on 100 for that. Anywho, from here, Slim Jesus continued to drop song after song, always racking up at least a few 100,000, if not a million views apiece. From his Who Run It remix in April 2017, where him and his boys sip Henny and tote guns in the usual charming Ohio alleyway/garage, to the July 2018 track Red Bottoms, Whippin' the Whip, Drip Heavy in January 2019, That's Cap in March, In My Bag in July, with people in the comments section still echoing that sentiment that if, say, I don't know, NLE Chopper dropped this same song today, y'all wouldn't be clowning him. One of Slim Jesus' latest tracks was his 2020 tune Calamari, which in my opinion was a dope track, even though he still can't escape those comments of being called a Wish.com Slim Shady. The fact is, to me, Slim Jesus is a true inspiration. Everyone wanted to call this guy a one-hit wonder, a fraud, bound to fall off. But for the next 5 years, he just kept on dropping bangers and releasing vid after vid, cracking a million views on YouTube. Slim Jesus is a prolific artist. In 2015, this guy was being clowned mercilessly. And you know what? Slim Jesus actually did more for the hip-hop scene than you could ever possibly know. Because Slim Jesus made it okay for dorky-looking nerds like me to be taken seriously as a driller. Lil Bibby himself said that he liked Slim Jesus' approach because it would open the door for future musical artists who don't really live that life to come through the door and have success. And to me, that's a good thing. In my opinion, if the music is strong, it's not really important that the guy rapping actually did a whole bunch of dirt in the street. I know rappers with a real rap sheet are always going to be more interesting, but as I've said before with reference to King Von, we don't really want our favourite rappers to be killers and gangsters, because when they do end up getting inevitably killed, there's no more music from your favourite artist. I personally would much rather King Von was a fraud and not really about that life, so that he could still be alive today dropping fire music for his fans. Slim Jesus was one of the first rappers to truly make it okay to be honest about who we are outside of what we say in our raps, but still being able to talk that grease on a song and say whatever you gotta say to make it lit. Slim Jesus put himself out there as a nerdy, white, dewy haircut having ass driller, and he was ultimately crucified for it. But my lord, no matter how much the rap game wanted Slim Jesus to bow down, he refused. They tried to kill Slim Jesus, but he rose from the ashes like an AirPod out of its case, charged up and ready to perform a rapping resurrection, one fake gun and one DJ Vlad interview at a time. Slim Jesus truly died for the sins of every fake capping ass rapper today, and he gave nerdy white rappers from the suburbs hope that you too can be a Chicago driller if you just have faith. So to end this video, I would like to say a prayer. Dear Slim Jesus, who art in Frank Block, hallowed be thy strap. Give us this day our daily drill time, and forgive our drillings, as we forgive those who drilled on us. So praise Slim Jesus, the saviour of drill, the clout and the glory. May you never stop strap-toting forever and ever. Amen. Praise Slim Jesus. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you liked it, make sure you hit that like button. If you want to see more like it, hit that subscribe button. If you want to catch up with me one-to-one, make sure that you join my Discord. And if you just want to see more from me, make sure you subscribe to my second channel, Trap More Ross. Also, a huge thank you to Private Internet Access for sponsoring this video. Make sure you hit the link in description to get that amazing offer. Appreciate y'all, and until next time, peace out.